Welcome to Prophets of Babel with your host, Janine. Today we are reading the Torah of Moses, the Third Sefer of Moses, or the Book of Moses. Enjoy.
Chapter 11, the plague of the swarm. And it came to pass that Yahweh said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon the people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm shall be there. To this end thou mayest know that I am Yahweh in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And it came to pass that Yahweh did so, and there came a grievous swarm into the house of Pharaoh, and into the houses of his servants, and into all the land of Egypt. And the swarm was corrupted by reasons of the swarms. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. And Moses said, It is not meet to do so, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptian to Yahweh our Elohim. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to Yahweh our Elohim, even as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that you may sacrifice to Yahweh your Elohim in the wilderness. Only you shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. And Moses said, Before I go out from thee, I will entreat Yahweh that the swarms may depart from Pharaoh, from his servant, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to Yahweh. And it came to pass that Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated Yahweh. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moses. And he removed the swarms from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. Chapter 12, the plague of death. And it came to pass that Yahweh said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus saith Yahweh, Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a grievous murrain, which means plague or epidemic. And Yahweh shall sever between the herds of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that belongeth to Israel. And it came to pass that Yahweh appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow Yahweh shall send Malik ha-Mavet to do this thing in the land. And it came to pass that on the morrow that Yahweh did send Malak ha-Mavet to do that thing. And all the cattle of Egypt died, but not one of the cattle of Israel did die, yea, not even one from among them. And Pharaoh sent his servants out among the Hebrews to report, and behold, they saw that there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. The heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. Chapter 13, the plague of boils. And it came to pass that after the death of the cattle of Egypt, and Pharaoh would not let the people go, that Moses did cry again unto Yahweh. Yahweh said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and Aaron shall speak unto Pharaoh, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And because thou hast broken thy word, and thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I send boils upon the people of Egypt, that they shall know that Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews is Lord over all. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth blains upon man and beast throughout all the land of Egypt. And then let Moses sprinkle the ashes toward the heavens in the sight of Pharaoh. And it came to pass that they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh. And Aaron spoke unto Pharaoh, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And Yahweh saith further, Because thou hast broken thy word, and thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I send boils upon the people of Egypt. And now thy people shall know that Yahweh, Elohim of the Hebrews, is Lord over all. And Moses sprinkled the ashes up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. And it came to pass that Pharaoh sent for his sorcerers and his magicians, and commanded that they show unto the Hebrews the strength of Pharaoh, for Israel knew not the blains, except to see that Egypt suffered. But the sorcerers and magicians, these could not curse Israel, nor could they remove their cursing that Yahweh had dealt them through Moses, the prophet of Yahweh. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. And Pharaoh hearkened his heart, and he hearkened not unto them, even as Yahweh had spoken unto Moses. Chapter 14, the plague and thundering of hail. And it came to pass that Yahweh said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that they mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. And now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with a plague, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore speak unto Pharaoh the thing which I have commanded thee, who as yet exalted himself that he will not let them go. And behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even until now. Send therefore now and gather thy herds and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man, woman, and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. And it came to pass that Moses spake unto Pharaoh even all that he was told to say, and the word of Yahweh was heard through Aaron, the mouthpiece of Moses, and that they that feared the word of Yahweh among the servants of Pharaoh made his servant and his cattle flee into the house. And they that regarded not the word of Yahweh left his servants and his cattle in the field. And it came to pass that Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt upon man and woman, and upon beasts, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and Yahweh sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and Yahweh rained hail upon the land of Egypt. And so there was hail and fire mingling with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, since it became a nation. And the hail smote Egypt throughout all the land, all that was in the field, both man and beast. In the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. And it came to pass that only in the land of Goshen, where Israel did dwell, there was no hail. And it came to pass that Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron and said unto them, I have sinned this time. Yahweh is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat your Elohim, even Yahweh, that it is enough, that there will be no more mighty thundering and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto Yahweh, and the thunder shall cease. Therefore shall there be no more hail, that thou mayest know how that belongeth to Yahweh. But as for thee and thy servant, I know that ye will not yet fear Yahweh Elohim. And when Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread abroad his hands, and Yahweh and the thundering unto Yahweh, and the thunders and the hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let Israel go, but as Yahweh had spoken by his mouthpiece, Moses. Chapter 15, the plague of locusts. And it came to pass that Yahweh said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for he hath hardened his heart, and the hearts of his servants. Therefore I will show these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know that I am Yahweh. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locust into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of what which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither have thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day. And Moses turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. Now the flax and the barley had been smitten by the mighty storms of Yahweh, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was bald. Yet the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And the servants said unto Pharaoh, How long shall this men be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve Yahweh their Elohim. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? Yeah, I was thinking that there's no animals left. There's no food. I mean, this will take care of any of the rest of the food for the next year. The storms, I'm sure, wreaked havoc of buildings. Their servants are dead. I mean, what's left of all his glory? And it came to pass that Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto them, Go, serve Yahweh your Elohim. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds we will go, for we must hold a feast unto Yahweh. And Pharaoh said unto them, Let Yahweh be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve Yahweh, for that ye did desire. And Moses and Aaron were driven out from the presence of Pharaoh. And it came to pass that Yahweh did said unto Moses, Stretch forth out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, And Yahweh brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locust, and the locust went up over all the land of Egypt and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such, for they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees, which the hail had left, and there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the fields through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against Yahweh, your Elohim, and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat Yahweh, your Elohim, that he may take away from me this death only. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated Yahweh. And Yahweh turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt, but Pharaoh hardened his heart so that he would not let Israel go. Chapter 16. At this point, what is he fighting for? His pride? The plague of darkness. And it came to pass that Moses cried out again unto Yahweh, asking for pity that Israel might be made free. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all of Israel had light in their dwellings. And it came to pass that Pharaoh called unto Moses, and said, Go ye, serve Yahweh, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto Yahweh our Elohim. Our herds also shall go with us. There shall not a hoof be left behind. For therefore must we take to serve Yahweh our Elohim, and we know not with what we must serve Yahweh until we come thither. But Pharaoh hardened his heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face again no more. Chapter 17, the plague of the firstborn. And it came to pass that Yahweh came unto Moses, saying, Thou, Moses, and thy brother Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And when ye went out from Pharaoh, he was in great anger and would not repent. And Pharaoh hardened his heart so that he would not let my children Israel go out of this land. Pharaoh will not hearken unto you. Therefore my wonders shall be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Yea, and I will bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt, and behold, afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Therefore speak now in the ears of thy people. Thus saith Yahweh, about midnight will I send Malach ha-Mavet out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn of the land of Egypt shall die. Yea, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beast, they shall die. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt. Behold, such as there was none like it, nor shall it be like it any more. But against any of my children Israel shall not a dog wag its tongue against man, woman, or beast. And this that ye may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these, the servants of Pharaoh, shall come down unto me, and bow themselves down unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And then let every man borrow of his neighbor, and even every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold, and I will grant Israel favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And after that I will lead my children out of Israel. And it came to pass that all that loved Yahweh in Israel did hearken unto the Passover, even as Moses had shown them. Chapter 18, the Passover. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahweh sent Malach ha-Mavet, and he smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and all of Israel, and go, serve Yahweh as ye have done. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We have found our firstborn all dead, wherefore get ye out of the land, lest we die also. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And all of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they did take upon themselves the Egyptians' jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And Yahweh did give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they did give unto them such things as they required. And thus did Israel plunder the Egyptians, even as Yahweh had spoken. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And the Israelites baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. And it came to pass the selfsame day that Yahweh did bring his children Israel out of the land of Egypt. And Moses did take the bones of Joseph with him, for Joseph had straitly sworn the children of Jacob, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And it came to pass that they took their journey from Egypt into the wilderness, the land of Mormon. And Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. And Yahweh took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from the people. Chapter 19, the remembrance. And it came to pass that all of Israel journeyed out from Egypt, and they were about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and possessions, even their numerous herds. Now the sojourning of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the host of Yahweh went out from the land of Egypt. And it came to pass that Moses and Zipporah said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, from out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of Yahweh were you brought out from that place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. And it came to pass that when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep his service in this month. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day thou shalt be a feast to Yahweh. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall be no leavened bread be seen with thee nor shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son and thy daughters in that day, saying, This is done because of that which Yahweh did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thy hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the Torah of Yahweh may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath Yahweh brought thee out of Egypt. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in this season from year to year for all time. And it came to pass that when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee and thy fathers and thy mothers, and shall give it thee, that thou shalt set apart unto Yahweh every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast belong to Yahweh, and every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break its neck, and all the firstborn of mankind among thy children shalt thou redeem. For thus saith Yahweh, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among Israel, both of mankind and of beasts, it is mine. And it shall be, when thy son or thy daughter shall ask thee in time to come, saying, What is this? Thou shalt say unto them, By strength of hand Yahweh brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that Yahweh slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. Behold, the firstborn of mankind and the firstborn of beasts. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahweh all the firstborn of my children that I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thy eyes. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought us out of Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, Ha Elohim led them not through the way of the land of Philistines, although that was near. For Ha Elohim said, Lest peradventure the people retreat when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But Elohim led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the sea, and Israel went up, harnessed out of the land of Egypt. Chapter 20, Dividing the waters from the waters. And it came to pass that Yahweh spake unto Moses and Zipporah, saying, Speak unto my children Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-zephon. Ye shall encamp by the sea before it. Pharaoh will say of Israel, They are entangled in the land. The wilderness hath shut them in, and Pharaoh will harden his heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be fierce upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh. And Israel did even as they were told. And it came to pass that the king of Egypt was told that the people fled, and the hearts of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And the Egyptians said, Why have we done this? What that we have let Israel go from serving us? And Pharaoh hardened his heart, and he made ready his chariot, and took his army with him. And he took 600 chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And Pharaoh pursued after Israel. And Israel went out with a high hand. Not sure what that means. Arrogantly. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea. And it came to pass that when Pharaoh drew nigh, Israel lifted up their eyes and beheld. The Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And Israel cried out unto Yahweh. And they said unto Moses and Zipporah, Is it because there are no graves in Egypt that thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we die in the wilderness. And Zipporah said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will show you today. And in the Egyptians, whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. For Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And it came to pass that Yahweh did unto Moses and Zipporah, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto my children Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou, Moses, up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I pray unto thee, the hearts of the Egyptians shall be hardened, and they shall follow them. And I will weigh heavily upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, upon his chariots, and upon his army, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have laid my burdens upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And it came to pass that the angel of Yahweh, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud stood before their face and stood behind them. And the pillar of the cloud came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and a darkness to the Egyptians. But the pillar of the cloud gave unto the Israelites light by night, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his rod in his hand over the sea, and Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them in their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them in the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and was against the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels. And behold, as the wheels of their chariots spun out of control, the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh fighteth for them and against us. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, and upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And it came to pass that Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea did return to his strength. And the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, and the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And it came to pass that Yahweh saved Israel out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work that Yahweh did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared Yahweh and believed Yahweh and his servants, Moses and Zipporah. How interesting that this is what it took to believe. We are at less than an hour, so let's read another verse. Chapter 21, the Song of Miriam. Then sang Miriam, the sister of Moses, and the daughters of Israel, this song unto Yahweh, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Yahweh is my strength and my song. He is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him a habitation, Elohim, of my father and my mother's, and I will exalt him. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. The chariots and the host of Pharaoh hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. The right hand, O Yahweh, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Yahweh, hath dashed in pieces the enemy, and in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And when the blast of thy nostrils, the water were gathered together, the flood stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them, and I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind. The sea covereth them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Yahweh, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand. The earth swalloweth them. Thou, in thy mercy, hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away, and fear and dread shall fall upon them. Yea, the greatness of thine arm, they shall be as still as a stone until your people pass by. O Yahweh, till the people which thou hast purchased pass by, thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thy inheritance, in the place, O Yahweh, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Yahweh, which thy hands have established. Yahweh shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and Yahweh brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But thy children Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And the prophetess of Yahweh, Miriam, sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Zipporah led the daughters of Israel in song, and they sang, Sing ye to Yahweh, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on Prophets of Babel today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.